What is an IEP? An individual education plan, known as an IEP, is a document prepared for a student, which specifies the learning goals that are to be achieved by the student over a set period of time, and the teaching strategies, resources, and supports necessary to achieve these goals. Why have an IEP for pupils with special education needs in your classroom? They are written to support students with special education needs, known as SEN. The IEP is led by the child's strengths and learning needs and is developed in collaboration with them. It provides structure and continuous support. The core process of creating an IEP is placing the child at the centre of the process and developing a plan around them. The plan is monitored and regularly reviewed in consultation with the child's parents/guardians, teachers and SNA, special needs assistants. Planning for a student with special education need is an ongoing, which is called a living process. An IEP is the actual document that describes and records this process. Key components in an IEP: a learner's strengths and needs, a learner's priority learning needs, a learner's current level of performance, SMART targets. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant and time-based, so the targets need to be all these. Strategies to be used, including any assistive technology needed, resources and personnel involved, educational plans, implementing of the plan, date of review of the IEP. What is the IEP process? The IEP process is gathering information, writing the IEP, implementing the IEP, reviewing the plan, referral if appropriate, assessment. It's a continuous cycle. It never ends, hopefully, as you continually to improve the child's weaknesses. An example of an SEN timetable is given here. As we can see, the use of colour can make it clearer for students with SEN to see the difference on their timetable and aids them to distinguish what class is in what room and at what time. Only the key information is colour coordinated, as if it was all colour coordinated it would be overbearing for the child with SEN. Here we clearly have the time and the location in colours and the days that the class is on. Identifying the student's strengths and weaknesses. Think about the positives first. Identify the student's abilities, skills and talents, so their strengths. Identify the student's learning needs, their weaknesses. This should be a discussion between the parents, student, teacher and SNN, special needs assistants. Evaluating the IEP. After a specific number of weeks, evaluate have the targets been met. Identify how you met these targets. Discuss what worked well and what didn't work well. Very important to have the student, teacher and parent involved in this stage. Identifying the targets. Make sure that there's at least one target the student definitely is going to achieve in the set time. Have SMART targets. Make sure the parents are on board. Make sure the student is clear on what the targets are and what they have to do to achieve these targets. Draw up a plan with the students so they can be accountable for their own learning. Identify in what classes are the student going to achieve what targets. This is a voiceover of my IEP poster.